Hello everyone, Michelle here from the Creative Cove. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video is the unboxing of the Your Creative Studios collection. This one is called Vintage Orchid Melody Theme. They asked if I'd be interested in showing this off, and of course, as always, I love their products, so I'm more than happy to do it. This is how it arrives. Adorable little box in the mail. Nothing inspires me more than getting my hands dirty journaling with these lovely little gifts, really. I mean, when you open them like this, they're just little packages of so much fun. So this one here has some little snippets of papers, assorted textures. Some of them are thicker. There's some vellum in here. Some really, really pretty options. I'm just going to move this stuff out the way so that the white paper behind you can appreciate a little bit more and see the details in some of these papers. There always is a range of selection in these boxes when it comes to papers. I have to say the papers are probably my favorite in the Your Creative Studio collections. And what I do love is every box, even though the theme changes, they're all extremely cohesive. You can use them, each box you can use throughout one journal. So you always get bang for your buck that way. So there's some really beautiful soft colors here. Almost romantic. I found this box to be quite romantic. So I'm doing a voiceover right now because Mildred, of course, is annoying. And then later, while I'm using the product, I go back to regular recording. So here's another little booklet. Really love these. I have a few of these that I use up all the time, and they are so handy. So they have a selection of papers in here with kind of music notes and old letter writings and things like that. And what I do love about these products is that they're smaller, so they're not a huge intimidating 12 by 12 sheet that you're scared to cut into. These ones are just great for snippets, decorating, gluing down and filling a page, masterboards, all those types of things. So it's really nice to have a selection like that, which I will show you later. So here, I love to keep these envelopes. I use them throughout the journal. And so I'll put those aside. I'll definitely be using those. And this is the washi tape. So you usually get a washi tape that coordinates with the color scheme. I don't know if every package has one, but every one I've received has a washi tape in it. So that's really lovely to get. And it's nice to have those colors coordinate. And like I said, so far this is a very romantic looking box. So this is a cling stamp. They really have some beautiful stamps, and you usually get quite a few stamps. I don't want to say that just in case, because every box is different. Every theme is different, but I've always had 2 or 4 stamps in my collection in the box. So never disappointed with the stamps. And they stamp quite nicely. They're soft, so they're easy to just apply pressure throughout. And this one it's got a little label on it. And I will stamp these for you in a minute just to show you what they look like, because they're a bit hard to see with that glare. And one more by the looks of it. How much fun is it to open these little packages? I get so excited when I see this in the mail. And there's another one. So really pretty. Lots of little etched details in these stamps. And let's see what's in this guy. So I love the little box. That's also a nice little thing to add things into in a journal. Slide out little box. So here's some labels. I have received something like this before in another one. So they're really pretty. They almost have a kind of paper towel feel to them. They're thick though. They're like almost, let's say they're like rice paper, but really, really thick rice paper. So they're beautiful, ready to use labels. And I use these in clusters quite a bit. And again, very soft, romantic colors. And you usually get several, I'm going to say 3, I believe, of each print. And then they're great to store. You just store them right back in the box and store them. These are new. Haven't seen these before. So let's see what these are. And I love, again, the packaging. I use those boards. They go in my journals, or they turned into tags. Oh, they're little envelopes. They're so cute. These are new. I have not received envelopes before, ready-made envelopes, so that's fun. Really cute, and they're so pretty. So it looks like you get 2 of each, and there's quite a few patterns here. Very pretty. You can fill those with all kinds of goodies, which I'll be doing. And the inside's really nice too. So that's pretty and easy, ready to use, which is always super fancy. And the back is decorated as well. This is new as well. I haven't seen this before. It's a tab maker by the looks of it. It's like you're going to slide the tab over a cluster of paper. So we'll give that a go after. I don't want to open it just yet because I don't want to lose all those pieces. And of course, they're papers, which are my favorite. So these look like music note sheets. There's a plastic film that comes on top to use. We'll try and use that today. And some really pretty music sheets. So these are really thin. I find these really great for master boards and clusters. They're very thin, so they tear really nice and leave a nice rough edge, which I like. And they already look super vintage, so if you don't have ink, then you don't need it because they look old already, which is great. What else have we got in here? I mean, we're still going. So here's some of their own stickers. Excuse me. They have their own collection. And this one has words on it. Excuse me, sorry. A little coughing fit there. Sorry, I had to stop the recording. So here's another one of theirs, your creative studio. So I believe you can just order these specifically with those numbers. You don't have to order just the kit. That's my understanding. They come in a subscription box as well, obviously, and then you can also do a monthly subscription. So they have quite a few options here. This is my favorite. I'm never disappointed with these papers. Well, I'm never disappointed anyways, but the papers are what I look forward to the most. I use those in the books as well, or tags, the background. But the papers are always just so stunning. And I love that they're all similar in tone and value in each package, even though the theme is completely different and the colors change. But you can interchange each box. And I just love, like, look at that paper. And what I love is not a massive, massive sheet, so that I don't have to cut into this big sheet and waste half of it. These are small, perfect size for journals. So that you'll get the one set is in like a type of rice paper feel to it. And then you get the same print again, but with a sticky back. That's a peel and stick paper. And then you'll have a regular paper with the same print on it, and then vellum. So you get a big bang. And what's nice is the patterns repeat, so you can use them throughout a journal, whatever craft project you're working on. And you can just keep going and going with the theme throughout the journal, which is lovely. So all of that, just stunning papers. Like, look at that vellum. I just love it. I just wanted to show you how pretty these designs are. So I'm going to show you the stamps in a second, and then we'll get started on creating some goodies. So here's the stamps. I wanted to show you them because I want you to see the detail. Also, there's a little piece of washi tape there. I just used the Barn Red ink by Close to My Heart, and just to show how pretty these stamps can be. And I'll try and remember to add them into my journal. Sometimes I forget to use stamps throughout journals. It's something I need to start introducing because these are just really pretty. Okay, so I have this journal here that I started a little while ago. Thought this would be fun to decorate with this fun little package we got from your creative studios. I have stuff everywhere, of course. You guys know me. So it's just an old book, and I cut some signatures for it with some scrap papers. So I have 3 signatures, which I feel might be a little bit too big. And then I just folded and added some of those pieces of, let me just get organized here. These pieces that packaging that came with Your Creative Studios. So when I make a journal, I tend to throw in a bag the leftover scraps that didn't get used up. And then I'm trying also to get in the habit of putting together pieces, like sewn pieces, or glued, in this case glued pieces, so I didn't sew them, of the scraps left over. So these here are the cuttings of the page. Some of them I ripped up to glue together. And these are just ready to decorate for clusters and accessories inside the signatures. That way I kind of keep all the papers cohesive. So now we have some new papers to add from this collection. So let me get these out the way for a second. And I'm going to keep those scraps handy because it's nice to have them ready to use. And I think we'll start with the covering of the book here. So let's move some stuff out the way. Make sure I'm in frame here. So I really love these papers. Let's see. This is really pretty. So something like this. And I always, when I decorate, I tend to like to keep my borders as well. I like to keep the edge of the book exposed. I just think it's nice to show off some of the old wearing of a book. So you can measure all this, of course, and use your cutter to cut nice, neat lines. I probably recommend it if you cut like I do, where nothing is straight. But I kind of like that handmade look. It doesn't bother me that things aren't straight, unless they're like super crooked, of course. So that's kind of a nice little cover. Let's stick this down. So I think I grabbed the one that's the peel and stick option, which is fabulous. So we will just add that to our, I think I might turn it this way because I know that this edge for sure is straight. And I might be putting something here to hide this piece. So we'll see. I'm gonna have some coffee because this is super early in the morning here. And I'm just waking up. So I might sound a little dopey. So I really like that. And I think I'll add a piece to the back. That one's a bit skinny. I cut that one already. Sorry. You think I'd be organized? Then again, if you watch me, you know I never am. That one's quite pretty, so I think I want something a little bit more plain for the back. So I'm just gonna throw this on too. Decorating the covers, I think, is my favorite part of junk journaling. It's just makes me super happy to cover old books like this using this stunning paper. And it's so easy because the paper's already sticky. Excuse me. So I like the idea of this peel and stick paper. But I have to say that the paper packages in Your Creative Studio are probably my favorite part of the box. I'm never disappointed whatsoever with the paper. It's one of my favorites. I'll move my garbage to the other side. It's throwing me off my game. I'm just going to use my medical tape here. It's the fabric tape. And I'm just going to cover the back. And I'm going to just, it's basically just making it look pretty. It's not necessary. It's not holding anything. But I want to cover that writing because that book is not in here anymore. So naturally, I would probably give this book a new title down the back here. We'll see where it takes us. There is a stretch to this tape, so you gotta kind of keep it as straight as you can. But it's fabulous tape. I love all these different medical tapes. I've done videos on those. They're just so, they're so awesome. So I wanted to keep the edge going through. And you notice I didn't ink anything because I'm not sure I want to just yet. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty too. I mean, you can always flip it upside down. So you can choose the front. Since we've covered up the writing, it doesn't really matter. Maybe that one, we'll see. So now I want to embellish the front even more. If I want to hide that. So I'm just making this up as I go here. Just kind of using up some pretty materials. Something like this maybe. That's kind of fun, and just a flip cover. Using up some envelopes. I like that. And then maybe we'll just do like a little tuck pocket in here, or a belly band. I think we'll do a tuck pocket. Just to hold a nice tag that can be nice and tall. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to get my good glue out. Where's my good glue? Just for a little bit. This is one of the envelopes that came with the, maybe we'll decorate that first actually, before, might be a little easier to work with. Let's see what we've got. Stickers. Sometimes there's so much I forget what I get in here. Something like that. And then I want to bring that color back in. So we'll use this piece. Let's glue that down. Yeah, these are the little envelopes that the stamps and washi tapes come in. So I like to use these. I think I'll just cover it in this. Something like that. And I'll chop this here. And like I said, I'm just eyeballing it. Now you keep all these because they're going to be handy later. And I'll just peel that. Fabulous. It's so early. Everybody's still sleeping. Sun's coming up. It's almost my favorite time to craft, if I get a good night's sleep. Sometimes I don't know if it's my age or what, but some days I cannot sleep for the life of me. And so your creative kind of stamina dwindles, you know? Okay. I'm going to leave this blank for now because I'm not sure what I want to do on there, but I'm going to glue this in before I completely forgot what my plan was. Early morning crafts. Uh-oh, did my glue dry? I don't know why I had my lid on for once. Ooh, that's hard to squeeze. That's a workout for 6:30 in the morning. Okay. All right, I'm going to do it about here. Try to get that as tight as I can. Mold the paper to the edge here. I'm sorry if my camera's shaking. I have tried to resolve it, but I think I just need a new stand. Something a little updated. It clips to the desk. And this is a cheapy desk. It's just one of those fold-out tables from Costco. So it tends to bounce a lot. There we go. That's kind of cute, eh? I like it a lot. See, I might just put it down to 2 signatures, I think. I feel like this is going to be a gator mouth right away. There we go. Let's slice that one down. Okay, so far I like. So let's do something here. And I have these really pretty papers. I have this clear piece. Maybe we'll just do a simple pocket with this. Could be fun. I like the butterflies. Did you guys notice I'm using color today? Are you proud of me? Finally using color. It's not something I do, but what I do love about these Creative Studio boxes is that no matter what collection you get, all the papers over the collections are cohesive to each other. Even though the subject changes, the colors, the muted colors, work together really, really well. And I love that. Because you can you can intertwine your orders as opposed to just being, okay, well, I can only use that for this one. Sorry if this shines in your eyeballs. I just want to put a little round punch there, even though it's hard to see. I don't think ink will stay on this because it's plastic, but we could try it a little bit. See, it won't hurt to give it a go. Probably have to let that dry a little, but we're going to glue that in. So I don't know. Now this is acetate, so I probably won't use acetate-based glue. I will probably use, because it can melt the plastic, I think I'll use some double-sided tape. Just to be safe, because you do not want your plastic melting on your book. That would be a bummer. So this part might be a little difficult to see on camera. I can barely see it myself. But I'm just going to put down my double-sided tape here. All right. It's so nice in the morning. It's so quiet. Even Mildred's sleeping. Fabulous. They'll be getting up soon, though, for work. My husband and son. But the coffee's already made, so they'll be happy. If I don't drink it all by the time they get up, which is very possible. Okay, so you're going to see the tape through the clear acetate, but that's okay, because we'll make a focal point. Hopefully I'm in camera view here. We'll make more of a focal point with the tab. Oh, actually, you don't see it too much, just on the tape here, so not so bad. So a bit hard to see, but she's in there. Okay, move this junk out of the way. Garbage is on this side. Have another separate copy. Let's make a tag. Maybe use one of these pieces that are going inside the journal. So we can make a little cluster tag there. Back it onto this. Love the texture of this paper. Oh, so pretty. Okay, let's do something a little bit thicker. So we need a little bit more of a cardstock. And I use the spares, not the spares, but the, what's the word I'm trying to find? The packaging inside the journal. So I don't want to use that. This will work, just a piece of file folder. I was cutting a bunch up the other day because I got some in a thrift shop and I wanted to turn them into little file folders, which I can show you in another video. Kind of like the brown that I will ink. I think we'll just make a journal card as opposed to a tag. I think I'm going to keep it a big rectangle. This is my lazy way of inking. I've also lost my little inker doodad, the soft round guy. I'm really worried I threw him out when I cleaned up last. See what happens when you clean? That's a bit snug. I'm going to chop that down a little because it's going to get thicker as well, so I need a little wiggle room in there. Okay, that's a bit better. So we'll move that up a little. There we go. And again, I keep all these little scraps. They come in way handy later. So I think I'll use this. This is not the stick down. This is like that rice paper feeling one. It's very velvety feeling almost. So it's nice to get a range of papers. Ooh, I hope it's this one that's that crooked. So I don't need perfectly straight, but I need, if I can see it's really wonky, I have to do something about it. Then it bothers me. Okay, let's ink this. So I'm getting into the ink now. I lied to you. Start inking up a few things. Okay, and then what do we want to use? Do we want to use, this one's a bit big now. So maybe this guy. It's kind of fun. I like that. All those textures, sticky stuff on me. Let's put this guy down. I just wanted to use that brown cardstock. It's a little bit thicker, so it gives the journaling card a little bit more, durability and a little bit more rigidness to you, so you can actually write on it. Can't get the sticky stuff off my fingers. There we go. So I'm going to use these. And I got writing going up and down. It's just kind of like a little cluster. You could sew through this, of course. I'm not going to drag out my sewing machine today. But yeah, whatever you've got on your desk. But it's nice to use up these clusters, which, you know, they're here, and then you'll find the same papers inside, which I really like to do. So let's maybe give this a little bit of a focal point. So I had one of these little papers that I cut down from that little pack. Yeah, the business card, that's really cute too. What else? What else do I want to use? Oh, it came with this really pretty pack too. That's nice. It's so pink. Look at me using pink. What is happening? Something like that. A number. I had to grunge it a little. Something like this. And then we'll find a little number or something. What else have I got? Just gotta find one of these. Something out of my stash. That works. Boom, done. I'm not sure where these came from. There we go. All right. Cute little tag. Well, journal card. Just going to glue these little bits down that I missed when I glued it originally. Make sure it's semi-straight. And then sewing this would be really pretty actually, but you guys get it. I'm not going to bother sewing that. So there's a nice journal card for the cover. Do something on this here. Just one of these. I really like these sheets. Make a little cluster maybe. Something to look at. Chop one of these up. Kind of repeat it, you know. And then some paper like this behind it. That's too much like the envelope. I'm just trying to find a color that goes with this one a little bit. This one here. Nice to have those little cluster books of small, but I like the smallness to these kits too. Does that make sense? I just like the fact that they are, they're not huge so that you don't feel obligated to use a massive piece of paper, you know? You can just use these tiny bits and pieces and accomplish quite a bit. Okay, let's get some glue on this. And then what else did we get? Got these cool stickers. These on here. A little hint of black. Oops. Pulled that off. It's a bit big. What else have I got? What else have I got? It's kind of big. Where's those little strips that I said, hang on to those? I've lost them. I didn't hang on to them. They're in here somewhere. There's one. And then I pulled off this word enjoy. And it's kind of cute. That came off this. Little words. In case you're wondering where it came from. All right, something like that. Just something simple, just to decorate that envelope just a little bit. And of course, I forgot to use the stamps. The stamps would have been nice on this. I never think to use stamps. I've got to start using them more. You know how you have your go-tos? I've got to make stamps a go-to. I think it's because I don't have, maybe this is the rice. Is this the sticky one? Maybe it's because I don't have a huge selection on stamps. It's something I want to get into, but just don't have the money just yet. And maybe if I have more of a collection, I would be able to do some more with stamping and kind of get in the habit of using them more often. Okay, and maybe we'll just add a little bit of ink to this. I'm going to lift it so that the camera doesn't shake so much. And you see, I get kind of grungy. So divert your eyes if it bothers you. Some people like the grunge, some people don't. Especially with this paper. Because it's such pretty paper, people get upset with the grunge. So they're like, no, you just ruined the pretty paper. You made it look dirty. Meanwhile, my intention is to make it look old. Okay, that's kind of cute. I like it. All right, so that's the end. That's that side. I think we'll leave it like that. Happy with that. I feel like I want to turn this into a tag though. So let's just put a hole in here. I think it's because of the pinkiness of this makes me want to add a little something. Kind of like a lace or a, you know what I mean? Just because it's so romantic looking, this kit. I feel like it needs lace. Right out of my comfort zone, huh? With the lace and the pink and the colors. But it still has a muted color tone about it, which I like. All right, should we do something? We'll do one more thing inside. What else have we not used? So we haven't used the stamps. So maybe we'll do that. I'm going to move these signatures out of the way for a second. I'm going to throw some tape down here to hide that. Oh, and the washi tape. We're going to use the washi tape too. And we'll just decorate this inside cover. Otherwise, you're going to be saying, Michelle, wrap it up. Your video is too long. But there's just so much to see in this box that I want to show you more and more. I want to use one of these too. Okay, focus. Focus. Ooh, that's pretty. So we could do something like this. I want to hide this, but I love this vintage paper. So maybe I'll do a strip of something here first. Just to help hide that brown a little bit. This has a nice bordered edge here. Let's do that. And that way, it will help me cut straight. Okay. So something like that, maybe. I'm going to go right up to the paper on this one. Glue that down for starters. We'll go from there. I'm just going to have another sip of my coffee before it gets cold. Okay, put that down. There we go. Kind of like that, just like that. And then we could do maybe a little cluster in here. I want a stamp. What stamps do we have? Oh, this would be nice. We could put this right here. Right here, maybe. It's going on to this, so it's going to look a little strange. Maybe we'll stamp onto a piece of paper first. Stamp onto this guy. Do I want dark? And then that way you can put somebody's name in the journal. That's kind of fun. Let's try that. See if I can get the stamp to be dark enough. I'm just going to cut a more manageable piece. I treated myself to some ink recently, this jet black, because I really wanted some black ink. So I was like, just get it. Stop being a cheapo and get it. So I did notice I got a little bit inside the stamp here because I pushed hard. Try and remove some of that before I stamp it. I'm not good at stamping because I don't practice it a lot. That ink smells like marzipan. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Just gonna see how this turns out. So the stamp might not be a true reflection of the quality of these stamps because I'm not very good at it. But there you go. That turned out good, actually. Woohoo! So I'm just gonna tidy up the edge here. Oop. And I'm gonna put the lid on my new ink. Just bear with me one sec before I get in trouble for letting it dry out again. There we go. So it's nice to tie the black in as well from the sticker in the front here. All right, I feel like I need to make this pop more. I feel like it's just kind of sitting there funny. Actually, I think I want it this way. So I feel like we need to embellish this more with something. Too small, maybe one of these again. I just love the textures that these little clusters add. All these different papers underneath, just, I don't know, I just love them. That's why, and it's a great way to use up those leftover scraps from making your journals. And you got a million pieces left over. I like that. Maybe we'll put it down here and we can have a little envelope there and a little something there. I'm gonna fold this paper just for a little reinforcement on that pocket. That's kind of fun, right? If we did something like that. Let's ink it in the black. Maybe we'll start with the contrast, because our papers are so light and delicate that maybe the black might be a nice contrast to them. All right, lid, Michelle, lid. So you can have a lot of fun with these little boxes. So I believe that they have like a monthly subscription of different kind of themes, or you can just go on their website and pick a theme, or pick kind of like their products like this, you know, where you can order it by number. So they have a few options there. I want it like that, right? Yeah. So have a look if you're interested in one of these little boxes. They're so much fun to come home to and see them in the mail. You're just run into your studio and think, I gotta get started. I gotta open it up and I'm gonna have some fun. I mean, it's like a giant Happy Mail box. How do you not love it? How do you not love it? I didn't use one of these yet either. I want to use one of those. I have that one. This one. I thought there was 4. Maybe there was only 3. No, there was 4. I remember stamping 4. Not sure I want to stamp there anyways, but yeah, so you can put somebody's name right in there, or journal theme, whatever you want. You can put a little ephemera in there, so you can put one of your pockets here. And then, oh, there's the 4th stamp. I knew I had another one. And, uh-oh, ink's out. And you can add a couple of papers in there so that whoever gets the journal can kind of, ooh, that's pretty, can make stuff of their own. And then there's these little guys. Just want to make sure I try to use everything. Use these in here. Just want to show you the pockets. Okay, good. I like that. I'm going to leave this blank so that people can do what they want with it. Sometimes you want to leave some blank parts on journals. Oh yeah, I want to show you this gadget. Let's do that. So I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to use the scrap. We'll use a tiny cluster here. Just chop that down a little bit. And maybe we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Or we'll peel off one of these guys. And what else have we got? What other scraps? Great way to use up scraps. This scrap. And what else I got? Oh, we didn't touch this paper either, and this is so pretty. Put one of these in half, maybe. Maybe in thirds. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so not gonna lie, this took me a hot minute to figure out how to use it. So I was trying to load it, then the instructions were, I'm assuming, Chinese or Mandarin or something. Coffee, sorry. So I couldn't figure out how to load it, and then I went, what's this hole for? And Bob's your uncle. That's how you load it. So you pop it in the bottom, which drops it to a position that now this thing can spring up. And what it does is it's a little clip. So it's a fun little tool. And what's nice about this, so you feed it on here. I've never seen one of these before. Make sure that the little metal clip is above. Make sure your papers are lined up the way you want them. That is this paper here. I'll just chop that flat. Lined up the way you want them, and it will hold them all together, which is really cute. But what's nice about it, it's not permanent. So you can make these little, let's see if it will work while the camera's rolling. So there you go. Now you got a little clip, and then you can tuck that in. So now you have all these little scraps that the journal recipient can use, or you can use later. But what is nice, and I'll show you, is that it's not permanent, so you can take it apart. So that's really cute. I'm going to put this back together. Say load at the bottom. It was like trying to figure out a Christmas puzzle. You know, those little puzzles you used to get in your Christmas stockings, or I did anyways. And you'd spend hours and get really frustrated trying to figure out how to do it. And then your older brother would come in and do it in 2 seconds and not tell you how. It was so infuriating. Let's just say he got the brains of the family. There, so really cute. I like that. We'll throw that in there. So I wanted to show you that. Showed you the stamps. This paper is really pretty, but I think you get it. And the stickers, which I didn't use just yet, but there's just so much. But my favorite, honestly, my favorite really is these papers though. And I love these envelopes. The envelopes are really pretty and they're just so ready to use. Like, I just love them. You could fill them with so many little goodies in a Happy Mail or something. And the papers, my favorite. Okay, well I think you get the idea of all the lovely goodies you get in this package. And we'll link in the description box below the site. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that today. I hope it gives you some creative ideas to use up your goodies and make yourself a little journal step by step here. And then I would tie these in when I'm ready. But it's not something I do right away. I don't always tie things in. I should, but I don't. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to finishing journals. So just the prettiness of the paper, and that's without ink, you know, and you can make them as grungy as you want. Little pocket here, using up the packaging, those pretty envelopes, little cluster. I think this needs a little bit of pink though. That's where I'll use the stickers, where I put them. I just feel like it needs a bit of color. Did you hear what I said? Color. Can you believe that? There, and then you could put a little message in it. I like that. Okay, I don't like it with this, so I'm gonna move it. Which is something I always do. I'm always closing and opening the sides just to see if the whole thing works. That is important. I don't want it to cover the enjoy. Maybe I'll chop it in half. Let's see how I feel about that. Just use it up on the envelope there. That's better. I can use this one on this side. There, okay. So really fun, really pretty. Lots of fun stuff to use. Again, using even the packaging it comes in. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Have a great day, and thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, everyone. Bye.